In this mountain painting, we've decided to put water in the foreground. So you prepare your painting with the water first, and you'll notice how I unload my brush and clean my brush in an area where we need paint, rather than just waste it on the sideline somewhere. So this is another mountain painting where you work from the background to the foreground, and your tones gradually get darker as you come forward. I'll put some wet paint up there ready. And with my little old house painting brush, I'll scrub in the acrylic white paint. That's acrylic. And we'll come down here because the mountains are coming down here, and just fill in the sky. And because we're having water, we'll come this way. Pick up plenty of blue, that's cobalt blue, and crisscross it into the sky area. I'll spread it out there. We might as well clean the brush down here because we're having water down there. And some more white. A bit more white in the water. Now with this, keep your brush strokes horizontal, and if you're working in acrylics, it will give you grooves and your water will look flat. Let's have a few clouds. Round and round and round. That's a bit dark there. I'll lighten it up with some white. And keep the brush strokes all in the one direction. Then a bit of cobalt blue and block in the mountains. Scrub them in. Don't want them too dark. Then we'll have some mist coming up out of the mountains, a bit of white. In front of that, we'll have a mountain with a bit of crimson. I've got a bit of crimson on the brush there. So there's just a little tiny bit of crimson in there, not much, just a little bit, but you can see it. It's a bit too dark. And then some white to break it up a bit. Now we'll have a lot of contrast here with the very dark. This is the background for the trees, and they'll come down into the water. So we might as well bring them down into the water now. Bring the reflections down straight towards you. And the trees will have sunlight on them. That's pure yellow, that's the warm yellow. And you see it's going green as it touches the blue. And the reflections exactly the same as what's on the bank. And because my brush is running out, I can do the duller trees in the middle there. We'll load up again with lots of darks and lots of lights. And we'll have some light and dark brush strokes. This is the dab dab brush stroke with two colours on the brush at once. And we bring it into the water and the reflections come straight towards you. Now with a painting knife loaded with the darks, lots of pretty colours on it. We'll have a little bit of light on there too, a little bit of everything. Dark on one side, light on the other. And we'll put the dark on the bottom and the light on top. And that'll give us a bank when we unload it across here. It's like spreading butter. And there's plenty on the knife, so we'll squash it on here. Load it again with lights and darks. And then we'll squash it on here. And keep the light on top. Clean the knife to pick up dark paints. If you have white on your knife and you pick up dark, you won't get dark. Now we'll have a bit of reddy colour, because as we come forward, the red colours will show. then a white line. The white lines are important. We do lots of little white lines in the distance. It attracts your eye to the distance. Clean the knife. We use some dark colours. There's some burnt umber and some green. And we put the darks on the bank, so you have a dark line under the bank. I'll get the knife ready to pick this up in a thin line, so we get a very thin dark line just under the bank. Then with a fan brush we'll touch up the bank a little bit and make it look like grass, but don't do it too much, just a little bit. We do want to see those white lines. Then with that little brush we'll pick up a few pretty colours, including white. And you see how I'm holding my arm with my finger? That's to steady my hand. But do hold the brush with 2 fingers because you'll get a very thin line that way. And you can twiddle the brush and get different colours come off your brush. Now a little bit of a reflection in there would be nice. A few more trunks on the other side. So this is how you can paint a picture very fast. You make it up as you go along. There's not many techniques here. You can take your time. It's a good idea to paint lots of little pictures like this. Now let's have a few birds. 1 bird, 2 birds, 3 birds. Yeah, just 1 more branch there I think. It looked a bit odd, that tree. And unload the brush there just to break up that bit of green. And we'll have a look at what we got.